Hi everyone and welcome to Book Boop. My name is Rachel and today I'm going to be doing the I Love Spring book tag. I was tagged by Angie over at Literary Labors. I will link her video down below. Thank you so much, Angie, for tagging me for this. I'm excited to do it. I haven't done a book tag in a while, so I'm pretty pumped to do one. Thank you for tagging me. Please go check out her channel. She is the sweetest. I absolutely adore her. I have 8 prompts to get through. I'll try to make this pretty snappy, but this is going to be all about spring, which is so appropriate and I love it. I'm trying to wear a very spring shirt too, lots of flowers. Get the feel of it, you know what I'm saying? So the first prompt is, how is spring where you live? So I live in Tennessee and normally spring lasts like 2 weeks. Usually it will have that nice sort of like upper 60s, low 70s weather for a couple weeks, and then it shoots up to like the 80s and 90s and it feels really hot and feels like summer, and it's just oppressive and awful because I'm not much of a summer person. I don't like it when it's super hot outside. But thankfully this year actually we've gotten a lot of spring because it got warm in February. Yeah, you heard me. February. It's weird. I don't know what happened. So it started getting in like the 60s and even in the 70s starting in February, and it's been that way all the way through, which is end of April right now. Today it's actually gorgeous outside. It is sunny and windy and like low 70s. It is perfect weather. It is gorgeous. Not too hot, not too cold. It's amazing. And it's been like that pretty consistently for like the past month or so, which has been so great. We've got a lot of rain and everything too. We usually get a lot of rain in the spring as well, but it's actually been a really great spring because normally it's really short. So I'm really glad we got a longer spring this time. I say that now, but I know once May hits, it's going to get really hot. I know it. All right, so the second one is, what is your most anticipated book release for the spring? Sorry, I'm looking at my notes right here. My most anticipated release, I really only have one for the spring. Most of the books I'm looking forward to come out in the fall. The one I'm looking forward to for the spring is Finale by Stephanie Garber. It is the 3rd book in the Caraval series, and it comes out on May the 7th. So very soon, and I'm pretty darn pumped to read it and just to see how the series wraps up. Exciting. All right, so prompt number 3, a book cover that makes you think of spring. So I don't have a lot of spring looking book covers, but the one I immediately thought of that I have is Splintered by A.G. Howard. This one has got the lovely butterflies on it and all the greenery, and Alice in Wonderland in general, which this is an Alice in Wonderland retelling, just makes me think of spring, just in general. So this is probably my most spring looking cover I could find in my collection. Most of my stuff is pretty dark. I have very dark covers, and because I like reading creepy books, so most of them are dark. That's my most spring looking read right there. All right, prompt number 4. Where are you going to read this summer? Honestly, whenever I can. Wherever I can. Most of the time I end up reading in my bed or on the couch. I pretty much can only read when my daughter is asleep, because at this point, even if I try to get out a book in front of her, she's like, mommy, no read. And then she'll keep bugging me about it and trying to take the book away from me until I stop. So at this point, it's wherever and whenever I can find the time. I do really would love to be able to read outside, especially on gorgeous days like this when it's just that perfect sunny weather and it's not too hot, not too cold. I would love to. But it's hard to find time to do it because most of the time when it's daylight outside, my daughter's awake. So usually it's going to be nighttime in my bed, which is depressing because I wish I could sleep, like go read at a park or read out in the backyard or something, just to kind of get some fresh air in there while I read. But you know, life. All right. The next one, number 5, find a cover with the sun on it. I didn't think I was going to have one, and I looked through my collection and realized I actually had a couple, but the one that most prominently has the sun on it is The Land of Stories, Worlds Collide. This is the very last book in the series, and as you can see, it's got a nice big sun there on the back just blazing through. So this is the one that was the most obvious. I had a few other covers that had the sun on it, but it wasn't nearly as obvious, but this is like, oh, there's the sun. Okay, so nice and sunshiny, lovely cover. All right, what are my favorite spring reads? So this one was hard for me to think of because I normally read very paranormal, ghost story, creepy stuff. A lot of the books that I like to read usually are the kind of books you would think of for fall. So I didn't have a whole lot to think of, but something that I always think of when I think of spring, at least the first thing that pops in my head, is thinking of fairy tale retellings, especially things having to do with Alice in Wonderland, but just fairy tale retellings in general and just fairy tales, that makes me think of spring. So that's kind of the first thing that popped in my head. After that, I actually thought of the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis as well, specifically The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I love all of the books in the Narnia series, but this one's one of my favorites. And this one is kind of summery, but it makes me think of spring too, to be honest. It just has that spring feel, and I really love this book. So if you haven't read Voyage of the Dawn Treader, it is so good. Or you can watch the movie if you want. And actually, it's funny, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe made me think of spring as well, even though most people think of winter when they think of Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which I do as well, because it starts in the winter and about half the books through the winter, but then it ends up going into the spring, and there's a lot of spring elements to it as well, so it actually makes me think of the spring too. So in general, Chronicles of Narnia kind of makes me think of that, and fairy tale retellings. So that's what I think I want to think of spring. Okay, book cover with many different colors on it. This one was a hard one for me because, like I said, most of my book covers are dark or very just solid colored. Like, there's just not a lot going on. I have some very pretty covers in my collection, at least I feel like I do, but a lot of them don't have a lot of covers. So, colors, sorry, not covers. The one that caught my eye, that I felt like it had a lot of colors to it, was the Land of Stories Beyond the Kingdoms by Chris Colfer. This one I think has lots of really pretty colors going on. It's very storybooky, as you can see. You've got kind of the Land of Oz right here. You've got the Queen of Hearts over here and Merlin over here. You've got Robin Hood and Peter Pan and Captain Hook. And then on the back, it's got like this Alice in Wonderland thing going on. So to me, this is one of the most colorful book covers I have, and it's so pleasing to look at. It's just so pretty. I love it. I love all of the Land of Stories covers. There's 6 books in total, and all the covers are gorgeous. They're just, they're so pretty. But yes, that's the one I think I have that has the most colors on it, and it's just kind of that eye-popping, catching color. So, all right, let's see. Okay, I'm to the last prompt, prompt number 8. We made it, folks. And is, who do I tag? So I'm going to tag 3 people. I'm going to tag Mary over from With Cinnamon Please. If you have not seen her channel, I will link her channel down below. I absolutely adore her. She is the sweetest. She has quite a few subscribers, but honestly, every single time I comment on her videos, she has very kindly commented back. She comments on my videos quite a lot, and I absolutely adore her. She's the sweetest, and I love watching her vlogs. They are so displeasing. They're so calming. They're so aesthetically lovely. The music she chooses, it's just like the most calming thing. I love her vlogs, but I love all her videos anyway. So please check her out, and I tag her. I also tag Autumn over from the Literature Bug. Autumn, did I say Autumn right? Sorry. Autumn from the Literature Bug. She kind of took a break for a little bit from videos, but she just started making videos again, and I'll look down her channel down below as well, so take a look at her channel. She's also terribly sweet, love her, and she makes some really cute videos. And then lastly, I don't know this girl's name. She just started her channel recently, and that is The Bookish Nymph. And I'm already in love with her channel because she is just as in love with Chronicles of Narnia as I am. I can tell she just loves it, and so I'm already in love with her. She only has about 3 videos up right now. I just held up 4 fingers. I promise anyways, struggles. She has about 3 videos up right now. But you can go check her out. I will put a link down to her channel as well. But those are the people I tag. I hope you enjoyed this tag. Question for you. What is a book that you think of when you think spring? When you're like, this is a perfect spring read? Let me know down below. I would love to hear it because I actually had trouble thinking of some books. So let me know some ideas. I would love to hear them. On this side of the screen over here is my logo. If you click on that, you can subscribe to my channel and follow me on my book journey. On this side over here is a suggestion for another video if you want to watch another one right now. But thank you so much for watching. You rock, and don't forget to keep reading. Bye!